Hey everybody, I thought it was about time I do an update video on my pepper progress. I just been messing around, getting them in different pots and changing soil and doing all kinds of stuff, so I figured I might as well wait till I get all that done. Alright, this is where I'm at. I got everything up, at least potted up a little bit, and I've gone ahead and changed my soil mixture to be organic potting soil with organic cow compost, about 60-40 soil to compost, and I bought a huge bag of perlite and just added about maybe gallon jug worth into each batch when I mix it. Looks like a lot on top of the plants. That's because it's floating to the top when I water it, but it isn't quite that heavy. But it's working, and I've having problems with everything getting so compacted that the roots, all the leaves were starting to wilt and come out weird and deformed, and I'm pretty sure it was the fact they were too wet. I finally bought a moisture meter, which was the best thing I ever bought, because I can actually tell when it's really time to water them. And they were all out of 1 to 10. Everyone was in 10, 11. So, and I hadn't watered them in 4 or 5 days. So, and it hadn't rained. So anyhow, let's get to it. I'll go through kind of what I got going on here and stuff that's still living after that rigmarole. This is a yellow scorpion. You can see it's kind of retarded looking, but it's coming out of it, hopefully. It looks like it's going to make it now. It's just growing real weird. I got some really weird stuff going on here. But it grew great until it got really wet, and then it started doing this. If you look at those leaves, they come out all kind of distorted looking. Those aren't too bad. Let me see. Here's one right here. This brain strain was starting to come out all weird, and that's when I said, out of hell with it. And I took a chance, and these were all in little pots like this, and I pulled every one of these out and just got as much dirt off the roots, and I ended up tearing a lot of roots. Tried not to, but I was worried I might lose all these, but I said, out of hell with it. I'm just going to take a chance and put them in good soil, and it worked. They didn't even go into shock or anything. I mean, I pretty much beat the hell out of them and got a lot of dirt off and left the big root ball that, I mean, they were all over. The roots were, some were on top, some were going down the middle, some were spread out. So I think it was a good move to just get some good soil into them and get a good mix for once in these and have proper drainage, because it rains a lot here once summer hits. Oh, let's see. That's another yellow scorpion right there. Back here I have brain strains. This one's pretty decent. It's coming along pretty good. They're all starting to show new growth since I potted them about it wasn't even a week ago, or maybe about 4 days ago, 5 days ago. Here's one missing the center because of aphids. Had another problem I had. They're coming along early this year, it seems like, really early. As soon as that warm weather hit. They aren't all over, because I'm hand picking them damn things off here. The second I see them, they're getting smashed. And if they start getting worse, I'm going to just start spraying, but they're not going to get me this year. And that's a Naga Morich back there, 2 Naga Moriches. They're coming along pretty nice. There's a 7-pod white, 2 7-pod whites right there. That one's actually kind of distorted, but it's coming out normal now since I potted it. That one's pretty good. Got a 7-pod brown that had the same problem, and another 7-pod brown, not half the size. A lot of the centers of these are all mushed up because I was smashing aphids and I got a little carried away. But this is a Douglah X from Matt that's supposed to be just brutal hot. He isn't sure what it's mixed with, but it said it's a must grow. This is a Naga crossed with 7-pod that from him also, that he said was really, really, really hot. And this is the same thing, so I grew 2 of those. And this is the brain strain. Let's see up front here. This is a 7-pod XL, the big one, yellow. And this is a yellow brain strain. This one I thought for sure I was going to lose, but it's coming back. If you can see that, I'm not sure if I'm too close here, but the center's coming back. It's finally starting to put out little petals, so I think it's all right. That and the yellow scorpion were touch and go. There wasn't much left of them but 2 leaves, and they were all disfigured. This is 7-pod Jonah. It's coming back from taking a beating. And this is a chocolate Bhut. Finally got that to grow. And a peach Habalokia right here. Here's a regular Habalokia that was just incredibly hot. A guy brought it to me and said it was a red Savina, and I took a bite of it, and had a surprise coming, I'll tell you. It was incredibly hot. Here's another 7-pod brown that needs to be potted up here pretty soon. And I think this is a 7-pod brown also. I think I have 4 of those total. Oh, maybe 5. I see, yeah, I got 5 of them. I didn't know I had 5. And this one is a mystery plant. I don't know what it is. Looked kind of like a round 7-pod, but it had the, I'm trying to think of the name of the, like a Congo. Had the dents down the side like a Congo, but it was pimply. So I don't know what the hell it was, but it was really hot. And these are both from that, and I grew them from the fresh seeds. And over here I have this one, a guy cloned for me. I don't know what the heck it is. I don't think he knows what it is, so we'll see. And he gave me this one also. That's some kind of a triangle shaped habanero. He said they all come out with a perfect triangle on the bottom and they're pretty hot. It's actually got pods on it and it's tiny as hell. You can see these little weird looking pods. Looks kind of like a normal habanero to me, but we'll see. That's a red Savina. I grew 3 of those, mostly just for sauce. I want to make a really nice sauce out of those. I got 3 of those. This is a ButchT from Neil. Finally got those going. Those started really rough. I had the problem with the lime and all that, and they almost died, but now they're looking pretty good actually. They're just kind of moving along slow, but they're back. And this is a Moruga from him, and another Moruga from him, that are all showing new growth since I got these in fairly decent soil. There just isn't any perlite in this one. When I pot them up, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other ones and get them some perlite in there to stop them from getting all mushed down. And these are some of the ones I've moved to the big containers. I got these containers. I want to see the difference compared to what I was using. I think that yellow and green one there must have been 7-galloners, because these are 10s and they're freaking huge. They're way bigger than I thought they were going to be. It just takes a lot of dirt, but they're nice. It won't blow over. They got a wide base and they're only $4 shipped. So I bought a bunch of these, like 50 of these. Let's see, this is a ButchT from Neil. It's coming along pretty good. Okay, minus the dead leaves. But it's coming along pretty decent. It's growing good since I put it in that big bucket. This is a yellow 7-pod from Neil. This is a 7-pod Primo that I think I got these seeds on eBay, so I'm hoping it grows to a true Primo. Not sure if it's going to, but it's growing pretty good. It's really pretty healthy. It's actually got flowers and stuff on it already. Not flowers, blossoms. This one is another Bhut that I found. It looked almost like a giant Bhut, but it wasn't labeled as that, but the picture of the pods were, it was huge, way bigger than normal. And this is another one from the same guy. And this is a 7-pod Douglah from that same guy. I'm not sure what I'm going to get with that. This is a, sorry about the motorcycles in the background flying by a block away, they're louder than hell. This is another 7-pod Douglah. It's growing really good. These are pretty big now, they're coming up. And this is the Douglah from Neil. And if you look at the difference in the leaves, how big those are. That doesn't look anything like that, so I don't know. I'm guessing Neil's is going to be right. This is my poor Bhut from last year that I chopped down and tried to just kind of do a fake overwinter and just let it regrow and pull the root ball and all that. Problem is, I had it in that same dirt, and that dense compacted dirt was keeping it so wet it would grow these little buds out like this, and that's it. They pretty much curl up and never turn into anything. They're all over the place. So I finally said to hell with it. I'm sick of waiting on it, even though I love that plant, the taste of them and everything. They were really, really hot. And I ripped it out again and just cleaned off the root ball. I didn't see any really new root growth. So I did it all over again and put it in the good dirt with perlite and all that, and I'm just kind of watching it now. We'll see if it does it. It's still got green stuff on it, so what the hell. I'll just keep it for a while. And these are my big ones that I had from last year that I'm just keeping through the winter here. They're still living. They're still actually starting to try to create pods. We got little ones on here. Got a couple trying to start. I'm sure they won't be much of anything. This is a ButchT, and I trimmed them back just like last week. I cut all the branches off so it wouldn't be so damn wide. They were too wide. They were almost 4 feet wide and taking up too much room. So I cut all the side branches off and left everything in the middle. Once I let it rest another few days, probably this weekend, I'm going to repot it. Because if you look at this soil, this is what they were in. And look at the roots all on top of here. It's all top rooted and it's just crappy. It's not good. Doesn't drain well, and it's, I don't know, it's just not good soil. I didn't mix it right. That was the first time I didn't mixed any, and it wasn't, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So anyhow, doesn't look good to me. Too much peat moss. So anyhow, we'll get some good soil, and hopefully I don't kill them when I'm doing that, because they'll be shocked all to hell. This is the same thing I did with the Morugas. I have 2 of those right here. They're still doing pretty good. This one's actually got a pepper I didn't even know I had on it. It's got a pretty nice one sitting on it, trying to ripen up. And it's got this one that's looking like it's getting ready to eat almost. But that's about it. There's 2 or 3 other real tiny ones, but I don't expect much out of it for a little while. And that's it. That's somehow I'm going to end up getting all those pots, those big ones, 50 of them, full and out here somewhere. And that's my biggest challenge right now, is just finding out where the hell I'm going to put them. They got to go, I think I can get about 25 out here in rows, where I can actually get between the rows and still leave my wife some room to lay out without, you know, being in the pool. And she's already not happy about it, wants them all out here, which I don't think I'm going to do. I know I'm not going to do, because it won't fit out here. And this is my other area. That's kind of where I mix my dirt right there. And I'm going to cut this hedge down. This hedge is going to come to about 3 feet, and I hate it. It's a ficus. It grows like mad. This thing's like 6 feet wide, probably 15 feet tall. It's almost in the wires. I just can't stand them. They're a shitty tree. I'm going to cut it down to 3 feet by about 2 feet wide and just hack it down. Open this whole area up for sun. Sun comes up right over there and goes up over the house. So I'll have 3/4 of the day they'll be in direct sun. I think I can get, I just figured it out, I think I can get 4 back there and 25 here in rows without blocking the walkway coming to the door here. So that's really it. That's everything I got going right now, trying to find space. I'd be dying for some acreage right now, just to have this stuff away from the house and out somewhere, but it's not really going to happen. So I'm pretty tight here. I don't really have much backyard. I have almost no backyard here. I basically have that going down there, where I guess I could put them, but I might just end up putting them along here, but the pool's there, it'll get splashed, and I don't want to do that. And here it's all sprinkler water, and I don't like that idea either. So plus these things block the sun pretty good. So my options are kind of limited, but I had to stick to about 50 plants, and that's it, and hope she doesn't throw a conniption. But otherwise, that's it. I'm out. This is my latest pepper update, and we'll try to keep them coming a little more often here. But see y'all later. Thanks for watching.